Hi, and welcome to my crystal ball readings for February 2024. For those of you who haven't seen me before, this is the crystal ball that I use. She's a genuine crystal. And I ask her to give me signs for each zodiac sign in relation to that month I'm working on. Okay. She called her Poppy. And I use her for my face-to-face readings and online readings as well. And I'd like to think some of you may have seen this last month. I won a trophy, except it's out of focus. That's it. For best medium, which is quite a privilege. So thank you very much. I'll put that away. I don't want to knock it over. So as I said, we come to February 2024, and I do legally have to say in this country, this is a form of entertainment, okay? And any advice that's given, it's entirely your responsibility what you do with it, okay? So Poppy also gives me a general energy reading for that current month. And obviously for February, she's given me very much about mixed energy. It felt very much I was getting a combination of the different energies from the last few months. So I've got like a stuckness, I've got like a splitting directional energy, which was a couple of months ago, but underlying positive energy. So it feels very, very mixed with what's going on. Okay. So our best advice with that is just go with the flow and stay heart-centered as much as possible. Okay. So now we'll start with the zodiac signs. Now for Capricorn, she gave me a bird on a cliff. And this bird was looking over the edge of the cliff, looking a bit worried, a bit hesitant. And it was because it was looking over the cliff and not across or up, it felt even more daunting for the bird. And the bird was sat on the edge of the cliff with its wings closed. So, in the spiritual sense of that meaning, I'd like to say it's time to open your wings, look up, flap the wings, take a leap forward, and trust. Obviously, in actual life, I don't want to throw yourself off a cliff. That wouldn't be advisable. In actual life, this to me is about trusting that it's okay for you to move on in life. Okay, so open them wings and get flying. All right. So that's for Capricorn. For Aquarius, this was a bit of an odd one, really. I had to look at it a few times to make sure that I was seeing it right. But it was a robot on top of a tree. And the robot was holding what looked like a box. It was clinging onto this box for dear life. It was at top of this tree. So I kind of feeling I was getting around this is that it looks like you've risen to a top of a tree. Now, trees can be about the growth of your life, just a certain section of your life, like your career and things like that. But it's kind of sense that with it with the robot being there, you've been on autopilot. Okay, for whatever reason, you've been on autopilot. And it's like you've got to the top of the tree and suddenly just come off autopilot and look down and thinking, oh, what's happened here? And you're clinging on to this box for dear life. You don't let this box go because that's what got you up to the top of the tree. That's in the way the autopilot was thinking. However, this needs removing. Okay. You need to let go of what no longer serves you and look through different eyes and a different perspective to help you stay at the top of the tree, but not on autopilot. So changes are needing to be made. Okay. So that's for Aquarius. All right. Now for Pisces, I got loads of spiritual figures. And then a bed, just kind of like laying in this bed. And the impression I got from that was spirit are very active around you. However, you are firmly tucked up in bed and not listening much. They glow brighter as literally as I'm writing it down from the side and slowly turn it into a multicolored opened winged eagle. Oh, no, sorry, eagle. I'll say owl, but it could be an eagle as well. I've got my little eagle on today. Okay. So the advice Puppy's trying to give is wake up, untuck the sheets or your mind, because that could be representative of your mind and your third eye, and use your wisdom and theirs that they are trying to give you. Okay, so that's for Pisces. Interesting one. So Aries, oh, I've just got beautiful peacock. Although it didn't have its wings open, it was about to fully open its feathers. I put on a magnificent display, and aren't they wow when they do that? So to me, Aries, it's time to shine for you. Be proud and shine for everyone and for yourself. You know, looking to be proud of what you're achieving, be proud of you. Your time is time to show your skills and your true beauty, and also accept for yourself your true beauty. Okay, so Aries, start shining. Okay, Taurus, I got I couldn't really get a full fix on for you for Taurus. It was going alternating through vague images and all the time. It was very difficult to get a fix on what's going on. So it felt very much for me for Taurus that you have a lot of different options going on around you. It's just that you're not making any decisions about it. And that's okay. But one of the images started to take root. So allow yourself for time for contemplations if you've got various decisions or options within for them decisions of that area of your life, and see which option takes root for you. And this is about following your gut instinct as well. So step back a little bit from the decisions that you have to make and see which one takes root. Okay, so that's for Taurus. And this might not be an instant fix. It could be the manifestation, and it may take time to come in. All right, but stay your course. Okay. So that's for Taurus. For Gemini, I got blue flashes. All right. And then two people balanced on a tree. Now, from experience, and I won't go into this, it's I actually watched a loved one go over. And as the soul left, you get what you call a blue flash. And this isn't something I knew about until after I started discussing it with people after. And so to me, Gemini, this is very much you've got soul work to do. I'm not saying you leave this planet. That is not what I'm talking about. It's the blue flashes. So it's soul work, okay? And your own soul needs some looking after. Okay, so you can't just stop listening. You know, you maybe very think that you listen to your soul quite a lot, but sometimes it says, wake up. You know, we've got a bit more information for you. You're not quite getting what we're trying to tell you. What your soul tries to tell you and bring you me is that your soul's just as cryptic as the spirits upstairs. So, and they all work together. This means it's not only communication with your soul self, but because there was two people sat on that branch, this is also with an important other soul in what I call your core soul group or your soul tribe group. Okay. And you may not be aware of this work, but it'll be done at some level within your dreams or at your soul level. Okay. So this to me, Gemini, is about a balancing act with your soul work, which is a give and take from both parties. Okay. So watch out for your soul work, Gemini. Okay. That's right. We'll move on to Cancer. And Cancer, the images I got a foggy clearing and clear. No, so they get foggy and clear openings, get my words out properly. Yes, you do have new opportunities and new opens and openings and options available to you. However, just check that another option in the foggy, unclear part is not a better option for you. Okay. Now, this can mean two things, really. Obviously, when it's foggy, it hasn't quite manifested yet. Okay. So in the meantime, you may think the clear opening is what fits your gut instinct for now, but allow that foggy opening to still keep manifesting. Okay, because that'll be a different option coming in for you. It might take 6 months, 10 years, whatever. So, as long as you're following your instinct, you'll be okay. Both options will become available when they're ready. All right. So there's definitely different openings and avenues for you, Cancer. Okay. Now for Leo, I got a vague hooded figure with a staff as in a walking staff. Okay. Now this hooded figure, normally when I get a hooded figure, they're usually standing still with the staff, but this one was moving. It was so the hood was starting to unveil the features, soul masks, whatever we put on ourselves. So he is unveiling and stepping into his true self and inner strength, because they've got the staff there. That's all about getting connected and using your inner strength, because staffs can sometimes have crystals on them. I know I made a staff with crystals on it. To walk forward with his guide's help. Okay, so this isn't something that just suddenly maybe happens overnight. For some people, it does. They have a eureka moment, and that's it. But it's usually about manifesting slowly and taking them steps, especially if you're a little bit your confidence is lacking. Okay, so but there's definitely movement forward for you, Leo. As long as you keep unveiling and moving forward, allowing you guys to help you and taking that hood off and seeing things differently. Okay, so that's for Leo. Now for Virgo, I got a flat pathway, which I call like my life pathway. And then I got a number 7, the clear number 7 and the black cat. And then I got a little figure near it. Okay. So the pathway was alternating between a lit up one and a dull one. So it's kind of like swapping in and out quite a little bit. So to me, that felt like there was not a lot of movement this month. And what movement, even it's bit backwards and forwards and that type of movement. However, the number 7 and the black cat represents luck for you, but it might not be recognized until you're further down that pathway. You look back in hindsight. Okay. Hindsight is a wonderful gift if we had it in the present sight or the foresight. It'd be a marvelous gift. Some of you, obviously, there will be some obvious blessings and luck coming your way, which is really good. And the figure is just stood there contemplating, really, not doing an awful lot. Maybe just contemplating the pathway and wondering what the luck is and things like that. But there's definitely change coming, if not obvious change coming. All right. It just needs a bit more developing, I think. All right. So that's for Virgo. Now for Libra, I got a spiritual hand. It's holding up like this, and it was beautifully lit in all the chakra colours, and it was beautiful. Actually, it was more like this, but I can't do it with this because it fractured it. So, yeah, and but it was cupped up like this, and then I had a little dog come in, and he held his paws up as well. So this very much was like there's different sizes of blessings coming for you from spirit. Okay, now I want to say the more spiritual gifts, although some of you may receive gifts. All right, to me, it's more about spiritual gifts, which shows your progression and wisdom developing. All right. So your spiritual self is developing more, and they're giving you rewards for that. All right. Which then helps you to move on to your next stage and things like that. So you can get some wonderful spiritual gifts. And you can also go and claim your past life gifts if you go to your room in the halls of a mentee, which is quite good. So it's important at this stage is to keep connected to your guides as you're going through this progression, all right, or ascension, some people might say. So yeah, spiritual hands really very well lit. The first lot of hands that came through was very, very big and large and just like this beautiful chakra rainbow colours. So beautiful. All right. So that's for Libra. Okay. For Scorpio, I got a figure looking at a mountain, but also there was figures connecting behind as well. Okay. They weren't quite as obvious. You had to like really look round at Poppy to see them. So this feels very much like that some of you are feeling overwhelmed with a task or life events. And this is making you feel as if you're just stuck in front of a mountain and you don't know how to get around it. Okay. However, just behind is the image of these figures connecting. And so there is more support available to you if you are willing to turn around, try to change, look at things differently, step back a little bit from that overwhelmed feeling, and don't be frightened to ask for help if you need it. And be surprised now people can come forward and help. And but it's there. You don't have to keep looking at the mountain. Yes, you can walk around the mountain, fair enough. But if you're overwhelmed, you might not get to that stage because the overwhelm tends to block our thought process, feeling process, that type of thing. I know that from experience, so I can tell you about that one, but that's another story. So for Scorpio, just look at things slightly differently and decide how best to get around that mountain. All right. So for Sagittarius, I got loads of beautiful leafy growth. Okay, so that leafy growth to me is about like a plant grows, it's a natural, it's nurtured, it's looked after, so you get growth, you get rewards. So this is very much what I feel is going on for you. However, it's a bad thing, by the way, when I'm saying however, there's a line going through some of the leafing. All right. Now that suggests to me there's good growth in at least one area of your life, but may need to, I put sacrifice in brackets, another area of growth for the time being. All right. So that means you don't stop fully nurturing that side. You just need to put a little bit more energy into the one that's speaking the loudest at the minute, whichever area that may be in your life. Although you've got to keep nurturing at all levels of your life, and eventually there'll be a bit more of a balance come back in. Okay. It's just that there's a bit of distractions going on in the leafy growth that's growing quicker. Okay. I hope that makes sense. I know it's very symbolic, that one, but it's that's she deals in symbolism, and that's just the way it is. Now, so that's all the readings for this month of February 2024. I did notice there was a lot of issues with trust with options this month for quite a few signs. And I've started to find that in the last few months. There's quite a few signs that are actually saying very similar things, but in slightly different ways. And it's just all about the underlying forward energy that we're all getting, okay, as we're moving forward as, shall we say, grassroots, okay, in the love and energy going forward. All right. And I'll just leave it like that for you to interpret. So I want to thank you again for listening to this recording for February 2024. And I'm happy for you to cascade it out to your friends as well. All right. So speak to you next month. Bye.